Hello everyone and welcome to another virtual pet review video. This time we're going to be reviewing and taking a look at the Jordy x Tamagotchi collaboration. So this is the Korea exclusive Tamagotchi, which is a tie-in with what I found out to be a Twitter account. So that was a little bit different. But in general, this Tamagotchi Nano itself is fairly different compared to the other Tamagotchi Nano collaborations that we've seen. So first of all, this is one of the possible death screens, and this is the unemployed Jordy. So the point of the Jordy Tamagotchi is to play enough games that it gets a part-time job, which is sort of tangentially related to that game that you're playing. And then once you get the part-time job, that means that the end screen, if you keep on playing that game, will be like a next step up from that. So it'll be employed. So it'll go from like the part-time job to something else that's related to that part-time job as a full-time job, and that's your quote-unquote death screen. So I got the unemployed one just to basically show you that this is what happens if you play games but you don't play enough. So this Tamagotchi actually requires you to play more games than the other Tamagotchi Nanos. The other Tamagotchi Nanos you could basically get by with just playing maybe just a few games of it. But the Jordy Tamagotchi actually requires you to play a good chunk of these games. And I went through and I played all the games in the unboxing video. So yeah, I probably won't go through each of those again in this video since I've already done it, but if you wanted to check out the gameplay for all those games, the other videos on this channel. So something that I find that's difficult is the language barrier, because I don't know any Korean at all. Like, I can't read Korean, I don't know any Korean words, so a lot of this I kind of had to guess what it meant judging by the position. So the position's the same as the other Tamagotchi Nanos. So you've got the first option being food, and then when you go into the food option, the options are your main meal and then your snack. So there's just a little bit of difficulty there, because I know English, I know Japanese, I don't know Korean, and in relation to another Tamagotchi Nano, it uses images, so you don't have to know any language. It's like it can basically be released in any market with any language and demographic, and you kind of know what's going on. So yeah, we've got lots of different games. So Tonic, I'm going to go for playing the Tonic game, because I believe that one leads to the bartender. And I think this is just a button mashing game, so that one's also the easiest. So let's go for that. So we'll just keep on playing this game, and if we played enough, we get to go down that bartender career path. But of course, all the games are fairly easy, like the Tamagotchi Nano games tend to be. They don't have much level of difficulty there. And we just keep on playing that, and we look after our Jordy Tamagotchi, and we get the career path. I think looking at I found like a few sprites online for different career paths, and one of them was I can't remember which game it is, but one of them leads towards an influencer career path, which is funny. So it's got a nice different level of those. But in general, it is fairly unique to the other Tamagotchi Nanos and virtual pets in general. The character doesn't really evolve. The character just gets a part-time job, which is, I guess, only one evolution. But it's not so much an evolution as it is Jordy will dress up in a uniform for that job. So it's not that the character actually changes its sprite much, it just sort of maybe wears a hat or different outfit, which is kind of sweet. And then the end screen is just a little animation, sort of like the Good Tama, which is the end result is the death screen, like that's your end goal. So it's a little bit more unique in that way, but I'm not sure I don't think I like it more than the other Tamagotchi Nanos, because it doesn't feel like it has that many different evolution paths. Like the Extalachi has a huge roster, the Demon Slayer Tamagotchi has a pretty big roster, the Avachi has a pretty big roster. This roster seems comparatively smaller, but I do appreciate it that it's more unique than the other Tamagotchi Nanos. The other Tamagotchi Nanos at the end of the day follow the very same pattern of depending on what care you give it and how many games you play and what, if they're perfect games or not perfect games, you get different results. It's sort of, it at least follows a different sort of path. Like, it requires you to actually put a little bit more effort into the games, or else you get the unemployed one. But yeah, so it's unique, but I don't think I like it as much as the other ones, because it's just not as varied in terms of the paths you can get, especially compared with the LostinTranslationmon, where you can get different you get a different one each time you start the quote-unquote egg, basically. So that's pretty cool. In terms of my rating, I usually give, for comparison's sake, a 9 and a 10 usually for the Tamagotchi Nanos, but I think I'm going to have to give this like an 8 and an 8. Like, it's still enjoyable, like I still enjoy it, and it's definitely got more complications. So that's an 8 for enjoyment, an 8 for ease of use, and it usually gets a 9 for ease of use and a 10 for enjoyment. And that's just because it's a little bit harder than the other. No, sorry, it's a 10 for ease of use and a 9 for enjoyment usually. Yeah, that sounds right. But yeah, it's just a little bit harder than the other Tamagotchi Nanos, and I kind of appreciate that. But again, the evolution path isn't as exciting as the other Tamagotchi Nanos, and that brings down its score just a little bit. Would I recommend this? I think it's a cute little thing. I do like dinosaurs. I like the little case, even though it kind of gets in the way whenever I want to mash buttons. It just is a little bit too close to the button, which is, I mean, that really can't be helped that much. But it is a cute case. But it is a little bit harder to get your hands on than the other Tamagotchi Nanos. You can't just get it from Japan you want, or from EB Games, or any of the various resellers. You have to go through, I got this one through eBay, and it was quite pricey. The shipping was pretty bad, and it took about, I think, a month or two for it to arrive. So it's probably not worth the extra bit of effort to get it. I would definitely recommend any of the other Tamagotchi Nano collaborations over this one, but it definitely is a unique one, and if you're looking for a more unique Tamagotchi Nano, then it's definitely good. But again, it only had a release in Korea, so that made it a little bit harder for me to get. I mean, it might make it easier for you, depending on how easy it is to buy from the Korean market. If you are in Korea, you probably have an easy time getting this. But I live in Australia, and it was pretty hard to get, and it was much more expensive than I would have spent on any of the other Tamagotchi Nanos. But in general, if you want a Tamagotchi Nano that's different and you can get your hands on it, yeah, sure, give it a go. But it's not my favourite Nano. But I don't think it's my least favourite Nano either. I think the Hello Kitty Nano is probably still my least favourite, but that's still fine. I still like the Nanos. But yeah, so I hope that answers any questions that you have about the Jordy Tamagotchi and how it evolves, and I guess I'll hope to get the bartender career path this time. So just a couple of things that I forgot to mention. First up, the poo is just a standard poo. In a lot of the other Nanos, it is like an event that you have to clean up, or an attack or something. On the Jordy Tamagotchi, it's just a standard poo, which you clean away in the same way that you would clean away a poo on any other Tamagotchi, and it sort of wipes off the screen. The other thing that I guess I was just wrong about is that the game I was playing, Tonic Test, is the game that leads towards the job of customer service representative, with the end goal being streamer, which is interesting. I would have thought it would be the other way around, but never mind. So I thought that tonic meant, like, you know, different types of alcohol, so that would lead towards the bartender career. But no, the bartender career requires the cleaning game, and all of this is information from the Tamatown website, which I will link in the description. So yeah, I'm a customer service representative, and pressing C gives me a cute little animation where I'm answering questions, and it's very, very precious. Before you get a job, there's also events that happen I think it's every hour or so, like with all the other Nanos, and it's things like Jordy cleaning himself or blow drying his hair, doing cute little animations like that. So yeah, I'm going to, well, he's full, he doesn't want to eat. I'm going to continue looking after the Jordy Tamagotchi and hopefully become a streamer on this Tamagotchi, which is very sweet. But that means that I have to keep up this part-time job of customer service rep for 72 hours. And yeah, so I'm noticing that looking at that evolution guide that I didn't play any one game 10 times. The way you get a part-time job is you're meant to play it 10 or so times of any one game, but I obviously didn't because I got the unemployed Tamagotchi. But this time I'm going for the full-time job. So that's exciting. But yeah, I just thought I'd mention a few more things in addition to what I mentioned in my review. But yeah, the animations are just gorgeous. I'm not sure if I really stressed that enough at the start of the video, but I'm making sure I'm mentioning it now, especially the Poo animation, which is just, it's interesting to note that it's actually just a poo instead of just doing something else like all the other Tamagotchi nanos seem to have. Like the Avachi has like an angel attack, or no, it's I think it's LCL leak, I think, on the Avachi, and then on the Demon Slayer it's a demon attack. But yeah, just thought I'd mention those last few bits before I wrap up this video. So thanks for watching, let me know what you think. Are you going to get this Tamagotchi? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you on the next video. Bye!